Delta Sierra Juliet, what seems to be a large aircraft, Y5000.
Delta Sierra Juliet, Melbourne. What type of aircraft is it?
Delta Sierra Juliet, I cannot affirm to 4 bright, seems to be like landing lights. But this is Delta Sierra Juliet. The aircraft has just passed us on me, at least 1,000 feet above.
Delta Sierra Juliet, roger, and it is a large aircraft, confirm?
Unknown. Due to the speed that's travelling, is there any Air Force aircraft in the vicinity?
Delta Sierra Juliet, no known aircraft in the vicinity.
Melbourne, it's approaching now from due east towards me. It seems to me that he's playing some sort of game. It's flying over me 2-3 times at a time at speeds I could not identify. A level is 4,500.
Delta Sierra Juliet, and confirm you cannot identify the aircraft?
Affirmative. Melbourne, Delta Sierra Juliet, it's not an aircraft. It is...
Delta Sierra Juliet, Melbourne, can you describe the aircraft?
Delta Sierra Juliet, as it's flying past, it's the long shape. You cannot identify more today because it's such speed. It's for me right now, Melbourne.
And how large would the object be?
It seems like it's chasing me. What I'm doing right now is orbiting, and the thing is just orbiting on top of me also. It's got a green light and sort of metallic light. It's all shiny in the airside. It's just vanished. Melbourne, would you know what kind of aircraft I've got? Is it a military aircraft?
Delta Sierra Juliet, confirm the aircraft just vanished?
Say again?
Delta Sierra Juliet, is the aircraft still with you?
Delta Sierra Juliet on north, south, approaching from the southwest. Melbourne, that strange aircraft is hovering on top of me again. It is hovering, and it's not an aircraft. Delta Sierra Juliet, Melbourne.
He's supposed to join us with friends when we went for some movie, family movie projection. And that night he never turned up, he didn't ring up. Normally, he's always when he go for a trip, when he return at the airport, he normally would have called us, you know, I'll be home after an hour or so. But that night, it was quite strange, you know. We didn't know anything about it. We got home about 11 o'clock and he wasn't home. My wife then started to worry about it. And so, you know, I said, oh, this is too late to start inquiry. It was 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning. Nothing still happened and couldn't see any sign of him. And I was just about to get up and maybe get on the phone, where all of a sudden a couple of uniform blue slack-legged walk in the front door. And at that time we realized immediately that something was wrong. After Frederick reported this UFO incident, I inclined to think that it could be some intelligent life in the outer space, despite all the officials are trying to suppress this, or really makes me very confused, because knowing Frederick what he radiated and knowing my son wouldn't make himself so ridiculous in stating things like that. So I'm inclined to believe that really must be something in the space that the general population may not aware to be. And I realized after his disappearance, which I couldn't have the opportunity before, how many calls I get from various parts of the world they really encouraged me to believe that he could be still alive. I be with another intelligence in space.
Mr. Jose Antonio Pagan Santos, who disappeared back in 1980. In June 26, 1980, at 7 p.m., he was flying from the Dominican Republic to Puerto Rico. He went to the Dominican Republic that Friday. This happened on Saturday, with a friend of his from the town of Morovis, Luis Maldonado Torres, just to spend a couple of days there. But they got tired. They got, tired of being there, and they wanted to come back to the island of Puerto Rico. And he was the son of the Lieutenant Jose Pagan, the vice director of the Air Police Division of Puerto Rico. He was coming in this airplane when all of a sudden they began sending maydays. Mayday, mayday, we are lost. We have a very weird, big, strange object in front of us that has taken us off course. They describe it as luminous. It was harassing them. In order to avoid the collision with the object, they had to keep veering away to the northwest, getting away from the island more and more. They sent 3 Maydays. There was a jetliner coming out from the Dominican Republic, from Iberia, a jetliner from Spain. He was going from Santo Domingo to Madrid, Spain, and he could hear their pleas for help and their Maydays. Apparently, for some reason unknown, they couldn't get in touch with the communication center of the FAA in San Juan International Airport, and the jetliners served as a relay between them in their communications and San Juan International Airport and the FAA offices. And you can hear that very well, very defined in the transmission. I have a source in the Federal Aviation Administration back in Puerto Rico who made me a copy of that recording they have on the Maydays he gave. Unfortunately, I believe I had brought with me, but apparently I left it at home. The thing is that they keep saying that this object is getting nearer and nearer, and all of a sudden they sound very alarmed, and suddenly everything stops. And the jetliners keep trying to get in contact with them, but nothing happened. They just disappear. There was a very big search made by his father and many other people in Haiti, in Santo Domingo, in Puerto Rico, the Navy, U.S. Navy, Dominican Navy, civilian pilots, military pilots, Coast Guard. Nothing was ever found.
This happened in December 28, 1988 at 7:45 p.m. The people of the area of Cabo Rojo and Lajas, 2 towns to the southwest of the island, that night saw a very huge ball of blue light, as we see here in the drawing, that was flying over the Sierra Bermeja Mountains, a small ridge there where many of these incidents have been happening in Puerto Rico. And then this ball of light changed, and it changed to another color, to a huge ball of yellowish light, and the witnesses all could see that this was part of a triangular craft, very big in size, and this yellow light was underneath the object. It was a almost semicircular, something like a bulge or a ball of yellow light, very bright, and the 2 jet fighters were trying to intercept it, and in 3 different occasions made it veer away and change its trajectory, its direction. In the 3rd occasion, the object stopped in midair. One of the jet fighters seemed to, as if it was going to collide with the object by the back of it. And the people began screaming because they believed there was going to be a collision and an explosion and something terrible might happen. But what happened was that the jet fighter just disappeared, vanished in midair next to the UFO. The other jet fighter kept flying next to it by the right side of it, and then all of a sudden it also disappeared. It vanished. The UFO then came back again, turned around, flew over an area known there as the Saman Lake. It's a small pond surrounded by many palm trees. And over these palm trees, I would say about an altitude of 100 feet from the palm trees, it divided itself, this huge triangular object, into 2 different objects. It split with a luminous explosion, a soundless explosion, a very bright light. And both parts of the craft, one flew very fast to the north and one flew very fast to the east and disappeared. There were other witnesses that say that there was a surjet fighter that was checking on the situation from a distance. But when that pilot of that surjet fighter saw what happened, apparently he tried to flee the area, and 3 small balls of red light came out from the UFO and began chasing it, and they disappeared to the north. They don't know what happened to this surjet fighter.
How many witnesses followed this event?
Up to now, more than 100 witnesses.
What are your conclusions?
Well, this incident did occur. It's a very important one. When you have more than 100 witnesses that describe the same scene to you, they make the same drawings to you, what they saw. All the details fit with all the descriptions. And we have other information due to the investigation we made. For example, that this jet craft must have been from the Navy of the United States, because that day the Puerto Rico Air National Guard had no airplanes or any air practices in the area, And Roosevelt Road Naval Station in Ceiba, a principal base in the Caribbean from the U.S., did have some air practices that night and personnel in the area, even though they denied it. But the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration in San Juan, confirmed to us that there were practices from Roosevelt Road Naval Station there.